I'm Dan Fitzpatrick at RealMoney.com. Every night we watch the same shows, Fast Money and Mad Money, and we want to use those ideas to grow our money. Well, good trading takes more than just writing down the tickers you see on TV every night and punching the buy button the next morning. I can help you know when to buy these 3 stocks I saw on TV.
Today, let's look at Xilinx, Whole Foods, and Freeport Mac. Now, Jim was talking to the CEO of Xilinx last night on Mad Money. He thinks this is the way you want to play the tech trade going into the end of the year. So, looking at the daily chart, in fact, you know what? Let's go to the weekly first because it gives a pretty good idea of what's happening here. Stock has had a heck of a run since this low in early October when just about everything else on the planet bottomed right here. So it's had a run. Now it is right up against, like this prior support level there. Just poking through it. This is really what I'm concerned about, though, is this big run up. So we look at the daily chart and we got a little different attitude here. 200-day moving average resistance, didn't quite make it to that level. Paused here for a few times and then finally moved up above it on pretty good volume yesterday. So I'm looking at the 200-day moving average as current support for this stock, which means this is actually a pretty low risk buy right now. Why am I saying that? Well, for one thing, the stock was up yesterday on a day when just about everything else was down except inverse ETFs. So look, if you were to buy it right now, as long as you keep a stop just below that level, I think you're good to go. Alternatively, and this ain't a bad alternative, instead of buying right now, why don't you just be patient? Hope, that's right, hope for a pullback below the 200-day moving average to form a higher low, and then you get a lower cost basis on the stock. Either way, though, here's the thing. I want you to respect this move here. That was a big move. It's just ripe for some profit taking on any further market weakness. So scale into that position and don't get too risky. Kramer also likes Whole Foods. He didn't feature it on the show last night, but I know this is a stock that he liked. He chatted about it a little bit. So here's the thing, though. Do you want to buy Whole Foods right now? Very risky time to buy it. You can see why. Just decide where you would have made money in buying. Well, you make money here buying the pullbacks. The rallies, I don't think so. Where are we now? Well, we're just kind of trickling up the top of the range. So this is not the time when you want to be buying Whole Foods. Instead, zoom in, look at the daily chart. There's your resistance. There's your support right around there. The stock gets down into the mid, even the high 60s, but really the mid 60s would be best. That's when you want to be taking some Whole Foods. And last but not least is Freeport. Joe Terranova said that this is his metal play, not gold, not silver, but Freeport Mac, because he thinks the global growth story is still intact. Now, I can't agree or disagree with Joe as far as the global growth story still being intact, because I'm not smart enough to know what the hell that story is. Lots of arguments back and forth, and depending on where you stand, you're either a bull or a bear. I'm pretty agnostic because I just want to see what the metal does. But here's the deal. If the growth story is intact, then certainly Freeport Mac's going to move up. If it's not, well, it's going to move down, right? So that's pretty easy. We don't have to make those judgment calls. We just trade the stock. So 50-day moving average was where the stock kind of paused for a bit. Here's what you want to do. These are 2 key support levels right here, about 40 and about 36. What I would want to do is wait for a sign that the stock is going to bounce. Yesterday wasn't it. If you get this kind of move, then fine, go ahead and participate, but keep something in mind. Do the math here, man. $29, $43 in a month. That's a heck of a move in a short amount of time. So this is a metal, this is a chart that's ripe for profit taking. So don't get too eager to buy on this support level or this, because I can draw it another way. That's a little bearish wedge pattern, and those things are scary because they always resolve to the downside. So just stand back and let this thing come to you. If you haven't done it already, go do it now. Get over to Real Money Pro and subscribe, okay? It's a new service. It's an awesome service. Lots of good trading ideas. Some of the best are in my articles, Fitbits. 5 charts in each article, 4 articles a week. What's that amount to? You do the math. It's about 80 charts a month. You got to be able to find a good trade in there somewhere. So get over there and check that out. Also, go over to my website, that's stockmarketmentor.com. Sign up for my email list. It's totally free, and I will send you 1 video a day with a charting idea that's designed to do 2 things. First of all, teach you how to fish for yourself. Second of all, maybe toss a fish on your hook every once in a while. Okay, I'm Dan Fitzpatrick, and I'll see you next time.